So the other day I was watching an interview with Jack White from the Raconteurs and the White Stripes and Dead Weather and as I mean many bands, and the guy has such a amazing career and he has his own style and whatnot. But he was talking about how he got to meet Pete Townsend, who was one of his mentors. And I mean, if you're a guitar player, how can Pete Townsend not be one of your mentors? But he's talking about how he met Pete Townsend, and they were talking backstage, and Pete was talking about what, songs he loves to play from The Who and his songs. And he obviously said, Teenage Wasteland. And so Pete wanted to play with him. And he's like, well, I don't want to play with you because, I'm self-taught and I only play it with two fingers, but I've read so many books and I've looked at so much tab and all that kind of stuff. And people say that you play it like this, like a virtuoso and all that kind of stuff. And Pete Townsend said, you mean like this? And he played it with two fingers, the exact same way that Jack White does. And I just kind of wanted to kind of bring that to light. So Jack White said in the interview that he was self-taught, and he plays the exact same thing that he always thought that Pete Townsend did. He just played it maybe a little dumbed up or a little more simpler, I should say. Not even dumbed up, but simpler. And he was self-conscious because everybody else tried to make it so much more difficult. But then when he finally met the guy that taught him how to do this, he realized that it was created quite simply. And the reason I'm saying that is because I remember, so I'm self-taught. I've been lucky enough to have some great mentors and whatnot. And that was just me putting myself in front of super, like really awesome situations. But I'm self-taught. And I always cheapen my own education. And I always I'm not as good as them because I didn't do this or I didn't do that or I could never really afford to go to, some academies that I wanted to go and spend some time at. I got to send my daughter because I was making money, but, I wasn't able to because, I was a young father and opening a business and all that. So I literally had to go buy haircutting videos and pour through haircutting videos of not only, the greats, but also of all the manufacturers. And that's how I learned. And then I was able to meet some people that directed me into other things. And, but I still kind of cheapened my education. But in reality, the people that originally created all these things probably did it exactly the same way that I did. What happened was people just want to make themselves feel better about themselves, so they want to sometimes make things harder to make it more exclusive to them. Where when you finally break down all those walls, you start realizing that it's simple. So all I'm trying to say today is however you've got your education, if you know the basics and you know the facts and you know what certain things does in whatever your field. I'm looking at hairdressing specifically, but if you follow the rules of haircutting and you know them, it doesn't matter where you got the education as long as you have it. And I have some friends of mine that are trying really hard now to break down those walls. Some friends of mine that were taught very well that are trying to say, listen, it's simple. So, those of you who are young or those of you who have been doing this as long as I have, be proud of what you have and be proud of what you do and how you've been trained, because in reality, you probably do it right. So I love each and every one of you. I hope you're having a wonderful day and please keep in touch. I hope you like this one. If you do, please like it. If you don't, please like it. Thank you guys so much. Love you.